What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Cannabis Closet Podcast. You are about to get highly educated with the Cannabis Closet Podcast with Canna Queen, that's me, and MJ, that's her. This is an adult content show with no limitations on subject, language, or actions. Opinions, views, and expressions may or may not be that of the hosts, their guests, or their subsidiaries. If you're not sure, just ask, and most likely we're just going to let you know, usually on our face. Please note that none of us are medical physicians or attorneys, and any information shared is solely based on our personal research and knowledge. Thanks for rolling up and showing up, everybody, and we hope you enjoy the show. What's up? We're back in colorful Colorado.
And if we do have a doctor or professional, it will be noted with the letters behind their name.
Absolutely.
we
are not. Look at me.
Oh, sorry, kicking stuff.
Happy 420.
Happy 420.
So we're going to get started right now. So if you're late, that's your fault. If you're in the comment section, say hello. We would love to hear from you. We have a wonderful guest today. She's been on the show before. We got Christina Thompson coming on today. Today, we're going to talk about HB1328. It's a hemp bill that we saw and took some concern with because we work in hemp and we work in Missouri. And yeah, so we're going to talk about that today. But first, we're going to get into some of our stuff on the show. We see you down there in the green room. Christina, if you have any questions or concerns or anything, just hit that private chat and we will we'll communicate with you through there. Hey, how are you? Welcome to the comment section of the show. Thank you. This show is brought to you today and always by CQ LLC. CQ LLC is a cannabis education and consultation company. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought for a second. We now offer responsible vendor training in the state of Colorado. Honestly, in any state, we'll do the responsible vendor training. The state of Colorado has a program where they accept you into the program. And so we've been accepted. We have our certification. We comply with all of Colorado state laws and regulations. We do training, hands-on training for employees or over the phone consultations. Either way, we can help mitigate your risks in your business, help you with licensing, anything you need. Give us a call, 970-426-5985. Currently, we are partnered with Greenflower Media to provide online availability for Colorado responsible vendor training. So let us know if that's something that you need. This show is also brought to you by Queen Kitty Seltzer. Queen Kitty Seltzer, pop this kitty, put it in your mouth. No THC, no sugar, no sweeteners. There's absolutely no yak in the back. This water tastes like water because that's what water's supposed to taste like. It's made with organically grown hemp and natural botanical flavors. You can find it all over Durango and in the Colorado mountains. And we're doing a flavor debut right here in Denver. So pay attention to our Facebook page, our Facebook and our Instagram pages. Solo.to/Queen Kitty Seltzer is where you can find all of our links. www.queenkittyseltzer.com is where you can find merch and cans for sale. We are debuting our new flavor in June, and we would love it if you're in the Denver area for you to join us in June for that flavor launch, June 15th, 2023, 4 to 7 p.m. for the general public. If you're a vendor and you're interested in joining us, let us know. And if you are a purchasing manager and you're interested in joining us, also let us know because we got some special tickets for y'all. There are going to be local vendors, yummy food, live music from Elijah Tribe, and lots of good vibes. And you get to sample the new flavor. There's going to be goodie bags for our VIP, and there's going to be raffles and waffles and contests. All kinds of fun stuff. Join us June 15th. Mark your calendar. Get your tickets. We'll have that QR code and that link for you by the next show.
And it'll be search it in Eventbrite just under Queen Kitty, and it will pop up.
Okay.
Awesome. Buy tickets right now. That's the quickest way. Just to go to Eventbrite.
We'll have that link for you.
Search Queen Kitty.
We'll have that link for you soon. Of course, today we have St. Louis is back in the house. The issue of the day is going to be HB 1328, as we said at the top of the show. So stay tuned for that. If you are ever interested in finding out more about the Cannabis Closet podcast, You can check us out on solo.to/cannabiscloset420. That's where our email is. That's where our Discord is. That's where all of our social media is. It's how you can get in touch with us. It's how you can watch us now when we're live or watch us later when we're not. So check out solo.to/cannabiscloset420 for all of our links, and join us, like us, share us, follow us, and leave reviews wherever you can. Good ones, of course. What's up, Ben? Hey, Mark. That's okay. We're gonna, we'll be back through. Don't worry. Don't worry. What's up, Lil Bobby Customs? Good to see you guys in the comment section today. Also just one more quick advertisement. We are going to be at the Rosin Experience on May 11th. Where's that banner at? On May 11th, we're going to be at the Rosin Experience. That location is to be announced. Tickets are available right now. It's from 7 to 10 p.m. We're going to be there with Queen Kitty with high-grade extracts. We're going to be using a blueberry syrup to make a 1-to-1 THC CBD little mixer with Lemon Kiss Queen Kitty. So it's going to be blueberry with Lemon Kiss. It's going to be delicious. You must be 21 or older to enter with a valid ID. Grab your tickets now. May 11th is right around the corner. I can't even believe it's May already. It's kind of crazy to me. Like, how did we get here?
It's a little insane.
So yeah, let's see here. Moving forward, why am I mad today? I said still Janet because we didn't really talk about Janet too much because we wanted to get our guest on. So we talked about how great Ludacris was, and then we touched on how bad Janet was, but it was really bad. I've never sat through a concert ever. Like, I just sat there with my knees almost up to my chest. The seats were very small. The space in front of the seats were very small. Granted, we had nosebleed sections, fine, whatever. But like, we couldn't hear her. They didn't turn on the big screens for over 20 minutes, I think, like 15 to 20 minutes.
And they were not big screens.
And they weren't big screens. So we couldn't really see.
Really small.
And then her performance was really lackluster. And I honestly just don't think she was singing the songs. I think there was a lot of lip sync going on there. And I'm just saying.
But for all that, then why did you have to leave the stage every 2 minutes?
Every 2 minutes.
Literally, she would sing a line and then walk and go out the back of the stage.
Take a breath.
Come back. And there was minimal set change. It was
it was unnecessary exits.
So disappointing, I guess.
I think she was relying on her diva, on people that just love her diva, and it's just. But she didn't even really bring the diva. Honestly, it was weird. Anyways,
it was weird. It was a weird energy.
Here's a picture we took.
I mean, maybe I was like the sound system.
That's Ludacris. He was the best. And that's what we took about Janet Jackson. So
Marion has the better cupcake picture.
She does have the cupcake dress picture. So it's really.
I did get a good video of one of the songs in the black and white outfit.
Yeah. So
let me share it. Though.
Just basically, we just buy the CD. Not of the live concert though, just
just have your own concert with your Spotify or your whatever music you play.
Because Janet, queen as she is, just, I mean, I don't know. Performer's gonna perform, I guess.
Well, and that's the thing. It's if you're gonna come out, people are like, oh, she's 60, but she made this choice to come out.
She made a choice.
So,
and she wore heels in that choice. She could have wore Timberlands and it would have hurt her feet less.
Fine. Yeah, she could have even done I'm gonna sit on this stool and serenade y'all.
Just tell us that's what we're doing. And we had no idea.
I'm gonna have you sing back to me and we're gonna just have a good old time.
There was no weed. It was an indoor venue. So we were like with vaporizers and like dab pens. And I'm just, I mean, because I then, Ludacris was over and I looked over and I think, and we weren't dry. We had stuff, but I look over and I go, I think the time for smoking our blunts has passed because it was not going to be during Janet. It was not going to be that.
Yeah.
It wasn't, we weren't there. That wasn't the crowd. But anyways,
Anyway, it was
so then I was thinking while I was on my live, there was one thing that we did talk about on the way home, and I'm going to be very vague about it because it's just not my story to tell. But what I'm mad about is parents who disown their children.
There she is.
Hey, there she is. Hey, do you have the cupcake?
Can we get the cupcake picture?
The cupcake picture. We need the cupcake picture. So what I'm mad about is parents who disown their children. How dare you call yourself a parent? How dare you? What are you? An animal? What are you? You're just abandoning your children because you don't like that they are doing something that maybe isn't in your belief system
or in control,
or you can't control it. What I am absolutely talking about is parents disowning their children over their children's expression of who they are as human beings. And then all of a sudden you don't like that your kid wants to go by a different name or wants to go by different pronouns, and then all of a sudden you're not their parent anymore. It's absolutely disgusting. And I'm not sure you're a real human being. And I don't think you should be able to, mingle amongst society. That's real. It's just a strong feeling about it. But
the karma that's coming to you is you got a lot to fix.
A lot to fix. Like literally, just to children. You do this to children.
Messenger, please.
Messenger would be great, so we can download it and share it with everybody. So that's what I'm not going to get really into that, but just fucking stop it, or just don't. I don't know.
Then there's it is okay. Then it's they're better off. Yes, it's detrimental to the child, but then that child is ultimately better off without that person.
So don't even fucking just what
but
I'm saying.
It hurts. And it's like
it is. It's painful. I'm going to tell like a quick personal story that I told you yesterday. And that is, I'll try to keep it quick. That is, I've never met my real father, and my stepdad, and I've been no contact with my stepdad from the age of 25 until the day he died, which was like 2 years ago, which they didn't even tell us until a year later. Actually, they didn't tell us at all. Somebody found like an obituary. What's up? Hey. Yes. Smoke. So I have talked to my biological father one time, and then my stepdad that's a whole can of worms. But I've definitely felt that rejection for no other reason than they weren't in my life. There was nothing. There was no like. And I don't think that the reasons that are being brought are reasons, but I'm just saying like there was none of that controversial butting heads. They just weren't in my life and didn't want to be. And so for me, that was already painful. But if I had them in my life to tell me that they don't want, like you're whatever, that would have been way worse. So just like fucking leave the kid alone.
Yeah.
Just fucking move the fuck out, because you're a piece of shit.
Well, and also like if you're that, then it's clear that you need therapy to get through things.
Absolutely.
Stop please. Passing on your trauma to your children.
Please stop that. Please stop it. We all have it. Just okay. She sent it to your messenger, she said, maybe. Cupcake, those videos don't seem okay.
It's the purple.
It's the purple. It's the very first outfit. So anyways, I'm not going to go on and on about that, but stop being a piece of shit. Okay, moving on. I didn't look this up, so I kind of want to talk about it, but I don't have, so I'm going to touch it, and I'm going to touch on it, and then still that wasn't better. And then we're going to bring this up again, but did you guys know that there's you probably knew, I'm just naive, but there's Christian smut, like romantic novels, Christian romantic.
and she only knows this now because I told her I read these growing up. I was an avid reader. I would read anything that was available for reading. And it's definitely not, I mean, I didn't get monitored on what was read.
No, because we were Gen
I
X.
would-
Nobody
I read
monitored us.
Flowers in the Attic, all the, from that to all the D&D.
We were
like,
not monitored.
not monitored.
I cannot emphasize that enough.
Yeah, unleashed on nature.
Come back before the street lights come on, and
definitely
hopefully you do.
And if you don't, you are in
on a milk carton
trouble.
or in trouble. So yeah. So we were talking about this. I'm going to investigate for you, not for me, for you, so that you know. I'm going to investigate, and I will bring you more information about Christian smut. But if you have information about Christian smut, please send me an email about it and let's talk about it. cannabiscloset420@gmail.com.
You're going to change your algorithms there.
Amen. Do it. So we didn't do this on the very first day. Again, we were just, we were in a space, and I still have Brennan. I have not forgotten about you. If you guys see Brennan or talk to Brennan, I have not forgotten. I just got home. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it after the show. I'll do it right after the show. We were at the Cola Lounge, the Cola where buds meet in St. Louis on Monday, with Randy from Main Ingredient, and we, so sometimes when we're in a new space, and then we didn't really have a whole lot of time to put show notes together, although we did have some, but we didn't have like a full bulk of show notes. So we didn't really refer to them too much. Anyways, May 1st, it's May. Yes. Jesus. Okay. May 1st, is Asian American History Month and Pacific Islander, right? Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, 5/1 to 5/31. We celebrate the achievements of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, AAPI, if you see that on the internet, that's what we're talking about, in the United States. The month of May was chosen to commemorate the immigration of the first Japanese to the United States on May 7th, 1843, and to mark the anniversary of the compilation of Transcontinental Railroad on May 10th, 1869. The majority of the workers who laid those tracks were Chinese immigrants. And so we will be bringing you this month on Wednesdays. Remember, we're doing Wednesday shows for the rest of the month and for the summer. On Wednesdays, we'll bring you some snippets about Asian Americans that have done amazing things for America. And sometimes we bring the news that stories that we've never heard before. That are not always a happy ending, but are important to our history. So we'll bring you those for the month of May. And for your part as an ally, read, study, and get to understand the impact that Asian Americans have had on this country, and some of the prejudices and violence that sometimes they experience and have experienced throughout their history in America. Our most recent COVID outbreak is one of a very good example of violence against Asian Americans, and based on rumors and uneducated opinions, things like that. So definitely read up on the history, know about other cultures, know about the diversity of America. It's really important. So yeah, we'll be bringing you that for the rest of the month.
Always getting your education on here with us.
So I'm not going to get into these two stories too much, but I did want to touch on these and tell you guys to check out High Times. High Times has, some pretty good stories that they put in. Some of them are like national news, and some of them are just like, kind of special interest or like I don't know. Anyways, that's what these are. So the first one that I came across, and I actually think that we might talk about this a little bit more on the next show, but hightimes.com, the battle erupts over Harlem is allowing a dispensary to move in across the street from the Apollo Theater. So the Apollo Theater is a historic theater, and A lot of the residents do not want this. They were not asked. And so that would be I read that story earlier. It's a really interesting story. I highly recommend the read. We'll put the link in our Facebook and in our show notes when we repost this episode. So definitely check that one out. And then the other one comes out of New York too. And I can't remember where this is, but I feel like this is something that everybody needs to hear and know. It's in New York City, but this could happen really anywhere across America or wherever consumption is allowed. People are not throwing, listen, we don't want to be these people. We're not cigarette smokers, okay? So calm down. We don't want to be these people. People are throwing their roaches on the ground instead of disposing of them properly. And so what's happening in New York City is that people are walking their dogs, and they're little dogs. Little dogs are burrow dogs. They're digging dogs. They get into shit. Their little dogs are getting into shit and eating up these little roaches off of the ground.
Big dogs do it too.
And the big dogs do it too. But like the dogs are eating the roaches off the ground because dogs are dogs and they're going to dog. And the roaches are activated cannabis. Dogs. So this article, it was pretty good. But what I didn't like about it in this and every article, and this is based on a lack of research, is that it says that THC is toxic to dogs, and that's just not the case. It's not toxic. I'm not a doctor. I'm not saying that I went to med school. I am saying that I've used THC with dogs multiple times and gotten excellent results. The thing is that dogs have like 8,000 more receptors than we do. And so they're going to react much differently to dosing than we do. And so you got to keep their doses really low. And so when these dogs are out in Central Park eating up the butts off the roaches, not the butts, the cigarettes, the roaches off the street, they are going to get really high. And so that's very scary for a dog. If they've overconsumed, they can become incontinent. They will most likely get sick, vomit. They will get the rocks. They'll just rock back and forth like this, their whole body. It's also in between that major zoomies, and they're very lethargic and they don't really know what's going on. So when we use cannabis with dogs, we want to be very, very intentional about that, and keep it low dose. And also don't be those people. Throw your roaches away. Or the suggestions in the story was like, make another joint with your old. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to take, and some of you might still do that. I'm not judging you. I'm not doing that. I'm not taking old joint, making new joint. I'm not going to do that. Sometimes desperate times. I haven't encountered those recently. And so I'm not going to do that unless I absolutely have to. And I'm not judging you if you do. Holla, do what you got to do. But also throw your fucking roaches away.
Yeah, dispose of things properly. Don't just flick them out into nature.
Don't be a litter bug. That's not our community.
Though it is natural and it will, but if it's somewhere that animals can eat it,
get rid of it.
Take it with you. Dispose of it properly. Don't let it just, don't just think that when you toss it away, it disappears into nowhere. It does not. I did not get pictures, Marion, on phone, on Messenger, and so I'm not sure where in the interwebs you sent it.
It's fine. Whenever you get a chance. Now, on with the show. We're going to welcome our guest today. Christina Thompson is here. She's been waiting patiently in our green room to come on and discuss what's going on in Missouri. There's so much going on in Missouri. This is why we always have you guys on. How are you doing, Christina?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, hold on. Why can't I hear you?
Why can't you hear me?
We are turned all the way up.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, how's it going?
Great. We're exhausted.
Good. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how the hell you guys are still doing a show after a drive like that.
Yeah, and because we're rock stars, and this is
of course, stars. Yeah. But what you were saying about Asian History Month or Asian Heritage Month, I think that's pretty awesome. I'm going to take a second to use an opportunity. I am Chinese American, Chinese Italian, actually. My father is second generation Italian Chinese, and the woman who adopted him, his adopted mother, she was actually a paper daughter. She immigrated to the United States for the whole purpose of giving her family a better life. So she immigrated from Hong Kong back in the 1960s. And as a result of what she did, I became an adoptive mother. So just the history, where she came from. I have pictures of her before she was even born, during all of the contention and the wars that were going on in Asia at the time in her hometown. There's a picture of her mother pregnant with her, holding an automatic machine gun. So it's unbelievable that is the history that my grandmother came from, and she came here for the purpose of giving her family a better life, and it was no joke, no small thing. So during Asian Heritage Month, that's what I think of. So sorry about that. Don't mean to hijack it, but
no, we don't mind at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but when a guest has a lot to say, it makes our job so easy. It makes it so easy.
Well, then it should be so easy with me because I never shut up.
So. We love talking to you. So I just wanted to, when you came, I wanted to wait till you came on, but I just wanted to share a couple things. So first of all, we got to see you yesterday.
Yes.
This us, if you guys can see.
That's us.
With Jen. It was great to see you. You guys brought us some goodies, which we have.
Yeah.
We have one of your J's here.
Nice.
I don't know if we smoked all of the J's.
We did.
From Jen.
Get through those.
We went through those, and then
that's awesome.
Jen also gave us like a bunch of stuff. We got lollipops.
I know. I'm so excited to try the salve.
The salve smells so good. It smells so amazing. So, you guys, Jen, put your business, your JJ business, in the comments so people can see. She's in, and I will, I'll check that in a minute, Marion. I will put it up on the screen when you send it. But yeah, we got these these lollipops, these salves, these sugars.
Lots of awesome stuff. She is excellent at what she does. We've got some very talented people in our community. That is for sure. She is at the top of the list.
Oh no, these are hard candies. I thought they were gummies. Are they hard candies? They're hard candies. Oh, that's even better because then you can just use it all day.
Awesome.
Just Jen is all me, she says. So that's her company. Go check her out. She does have some amazing products. And yeah, thank you guys so much for hooking us up because we were a little nervous coming back and forth. So we sent ourselves some stuff and then it was just like a limited amount, so we sent like we kept it limited. So we would just have what we needed, but Missouri always takes care of us. And so we're not ever disappointed or dry. And we appreciate y'all for that. So yeah, we came out, we talked to you guys, yesterday. We hung out for a little bit in the Starbucks parking lot, which was fun.
Yep. Whatever works. At least we got to meet. I was just glad I didn't miss you guys this time.
Yeah. So next time that we come through, we should definitely maybe plan to stay a day, not be in such a hurry to get back. So
definitely that would be great.
Do a
she said adventure. She said I would have eaten all of those lollies across Kansas.
Yep.
we did not all of them obviously, but we did have some lollies on the way through because smoking in Kansas is a dangerous game. But they got windmills, so it looks like an alien invasion.
It's horrible. Kansas, driving through Kansas is the absolute worst. It is the worst.
Like I told my friend today, I was like, the only thing that I can say about Kansas is that it's so flat and so it's such a straight, you just I-70 all the way. It's so flat and so straight that it gives you like 6 hours to think about everything in your
everything you've done wrong in your life that landed you right there,
right
on that highway at that moment.
There's no landscape changes.
It's just you and the deer. That's it. You and the deer and the windmills.
Right. But luckily there weren't a lot of deer on the road.
Okay, that's a plus.
We got through last night and I was like this. I was
Oh
driving
man.
like this, like my eyes like wide. I had my second half of my 5-hour energy. I learned something on this road trip. I learned something on this road trip. You should read the instructions of things you put in your body. I've always sometimes I'll drink a little bit and sometimes I'll drink the whole thing of a 5-hour energy. Well, on the way to St. Louis, I drank the whole thing and I was wired. I was like, my insides were jittery. It was just like, it was crazy town. I felt like I wanted to run to Missouri. I wanted
to pull the car.
I wanted to just like run to Missouri. It was so crazy. So then she reads like the back and she goes, oh, this says that you should only drink half for like a medium energy and like the whole thing for like extremely high. Like if you're going to go work out and do like an intense workout or something like that, drink the whole thing. But if you're just driving your car across the country, just half the bottle at a time is fine.
Well, I didn't know that either. So thanks for dropping some knowledge.
So on the way back, I did half when I started feeling like I'm going to need a little help. I did half. And then like towards the last half of the trip, I did the other half and I felt great. I felt fine. It was perfect. Yeah. So
that's good. I'm glad you guys made it. I do not envy you that drive. Not at all.
I love driving.
Just not through Kansas.
I'd rather be in the car than in the air. Honestly,
Yeah.
I used to fly everywhere too, so I'm not opposed to it, but it's just, there's a freedom about it.
Yes, there is. I agree with you there. Absolutely.
But Kansas can suck my dick. Like
says everyone who has driven through there.
Like a friend of mine, I met a friend of mine in KC MO, like February, I think. We just met up and hung out, and they were like, "You want to meet halfway?" And I go, "Halfway is Kansas." So I'll take the 2 extra hours.
It's worth it.
It's
That's
worth
hilarious.
it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
You drive 4.
I was like, don't do that. Don't meet halfway.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Meet 2/3 in the third.
Yeah. So anyways, but we did not bring you on to talk. Let me show these other pictures too. I want to show these other pictures. Okay, cool. Let's just show this real quick. We had these beautiful landscapes on our way to
Oh, wow. Now that is one thing that you do get driving through Kansas, because in Colorado, it's weird. I almost feel a little bit of claustrophobia because you don't have that unimpeded view, you know, because it's all mountains. So in Kansas, you do have that gorgeous landscape that you don't get with the mountains, but I don't think it's enough of a trade-off.
Yeah, for sure. And also the sunrises and sunsets around the mountains are
absolutely amazing.
Gorgeous. Okay. So we actually asked you on today because we've been dying to talk about this bill.
The bill, House Bill 1328, correct? That's what we're talking about.
First of all, can you just for those people who don't know you, I think our viewers know you, but especially our regulars, but just quickly, you know, kind of your background and why you know so much about this, and then just jump right in and tell us what the hell's wrong with this bullshit.
Yeah, so I am a cannabis advocate. What?
So I'm not biased or anything about it.
Oh, okay. No, I'm an author and cannabis advocate. Our group is Show Me Canna Freedom on Facebook, and we actually got involved with this to fight against Amendment 3. That was the amendment that ultimately passed in Missouri to partially legalize marijuana. There were some serious problems with that amendment. We're actually seeing some of the fallout from that amendment now. We're seeing scarcity, we're seeing inflated prices, we're seeing a lot of things that we all fought against while we were, advocating for true legalization. So that's one of the reasons why I have as much information about this. This is why I'm in the fight. I am also a cancer patient. Some of you guys may remember me from, earlier on last year or at the end of the year. But I have more hair now, thankfully. But I'm fighting ovarian cancer, and I'm using cannabis to do it. And unfortunately, a lot of the political bullshit that has happened in our state has interfered a lot with patient access. So on that note, our group is still fighting for patient access. We are still trying our best to get our legislators to listen to us. But in the meantime, there are a lot of people who are still causing problems for the cannabis community. They are still actively fighting against us. We are patients who are dying, who literally need this shit to live, and they are fighting against us. And perfect example of this, HB1328. It seems very innocent. It seems super innocent. Like, it starts off, it says, any intoxicating product sold in this state containing THC or any other intoxicating cannabinoid in any form or from any source shall be sold by a dispensary, basically. That doesn't seem like a big deal, okay? THC is in cannabis. Dispensaries are already the only ones who are allowed to sell cannabis. Doesn't seem like that's big of a deal, right? Except for the fact that it says, or any other intoxicating cannabinoid. Okay, and that's a problem because of Delta 8 and Delta 9. That's a problem because hemp products technically do have a little bit of THC in them. There's nothing in this that excludes existing hemp farmers from this. And I think that that's intentional. They want to include hemp farmers in this. They do not want any product that has anything that could potentially be fun based on what they deem intoxicating, okay, to be sold by anyone other than them. It's not that we can't have it. We're allowed to have it. They just want to be the ones who profit off of it, okay? It's all about money. That's what this is about, And what they're doing with this is going to seriously screw up a lot of our hemp farmers. These are people, you don't need, fancy, facilities and stuff to be a hemp farmer in Missouri. All you need is, I think the license is all under about $1,000 to get the licensing that you need. And all you got to do is apply, marijuana, or having a dispensary. What was that?
Pause you right there on that and just tell everybody that's listening in Missouri that if you want to get into this industry, that is your route, because
absolutely,
he's about to tell you what regulated cannabis costs probably.
Yes. Trying to sell regulated cannabis, you're not going to do it. Period. I'm telling you right now, you may, but what about micro businesses? No, you're not going to do it. Everyone who's sitting there talking about all of these, pipe dreams that they have about having a micro business and all of the things that they're going to do to help people and blah, blah, blah. It's not going to happen.
Didn't they
sorry.
Announce that they're gonna do a lottery for micro businesses?
Oh yeah. There's a lottery for micro businesses. First of all, I think they're only issuing 43 of them to start off with instead of the full 144. And I think they also just announced that the application window just shortened from a month to like 2 weeks or something. Don't quote me on that. I know that they just shortened the application window. Like, what the fuck?
Wow.
So you've got all these people who think that they're going to break into the marijuana industry legally. I'm sorry, but Amendment 3 made that shit impossible. Unless you are connected, you're not getting in. Yeah. Okay? And even if you do get in, what the hell is 144 micro licenses going to do? So
compete in the industry against major brands that you're not.
Exactly. So basically, your only option, if you were to get in to the cannabis industry, you're looking at least $1 million, $1.5 million, if not more. I have heard people say that if you do not have $3 million walking up to the table, don't even try. Okay. Don't even try if you do not have $3 million. So hemp could potentially be your way to create an affordable, cannabis related business, unless this passes. If this passes, then you're out of luck too. These people have already cornered a $2 billion market with cannabis, with THC cannabis. Okay. Now they are trying to do the same thing with everything else. You guys need to be aware. People need to be aware of this. This is what our legislators are doing right now. Okay. they do not give a shit what we're saying, because nobody has been loud enough. We have a group of grassroots cannabis community fighters, you know, who are speaking up and who are being loud. But until we spread the word and we get enough people involved, our legislators aren't listening. They are listening to the industry. We just handed these people who are against us, we handed this industry $2 billion through Amendment 3. $2 billion to continue to fuck us over. They are now using that money and feeding it to the politicians to pass things like HB 1328. Okay, so that's a significant problem. You know, that is something that everybody needs to be paying attention to. We need to be watching. Okay, and this, you know, if you guys have anything more to say about 1328, because this technically ties into another more serious issue that our legislators are doing.
I just want to say a couple things about 1328. I want to let you guys know that it is a Republican-sponsored bill. The sponsor for that bill is Curtis Gregory.
I'm not familiar with him, so
let's see. I'm gonna pull him up. Yeah, Curtis Gregory. He's in District 051. He represents counties in Lafayette and Saline. And he was elected in 2020.
Yeah.
So this is the person sponsoring 1328.
Yep.
Right now it is in its second
committee. It's basically, it's my understanding that it's waiting for a second committee. It's gone through one, and it's waiting for the second one. You know, so this one has not moved very far yet. It is extremely important that, you know, people are watching this, that you reach out to your representatives. So one of the other admins in our group, Mark Powell, I'm talking to him about getting a list of representatives' emails together for you guys to email them. But if you use CBD products, if you use hemp products, this is going to impact you. You know, because this is going to create an additional layer of difficulty for the people who are providing those products. You know, so again, it seems very, very innocent, seems very innocuous. Like, of course we want intoxicating things regulated. No, that's not what they're trying to do. They are trying to screw us yet again. You know, and this ties into HB 1328. It's not you know, progressed as far as you know, it could have. We need to email our representatives and legislators immediately to let them know that we are against this and that it will harm people who need access to hemp products. But more concerning is the fact that these same people in the industry, our legislators are currently working on a way to make the initiative petition process more difficult. So not only are our legislators refusing to listen to us about the things that we want, like cannabis legalization, but now they are attempting to make it more difficult for us to force them to do what we want them to do. So the initiative petition process, yeah, Amendment 3 was done through that. We had a problem with Amendment 3, okay? But it doesn't change the fact that the initiative petition process is vital for us. We need to have this, because when our legislators refuse to listen, this is our option to force them to do what we want them to do. So instead of it being an even 50-50 or an even majority or a simple majority to pass something, they want to make it like 58 to 60% of voters are required to pass an initiative petition. Okay, I'm sorry, but if half of the people in this state, if more than half of the people in this state want something, your asses need to pass it. Period. Okay, this is not, oh, well, okay, well, 50% and 51% of you guys want it. Well, let's just push that up. What about 58%? What if 58% of you want it? We don't care about if more than half of you. It has to be a whole 58%. Fuck you. That's not how this works.
No,
that's not how this works.
And you know, you guys know, France has been. I haven't looked this up recently, but France has been in a full revolt right now because their leadership is trying to raise, or has raised, their retirement age from 62 to 64. Now, when we say 58%, I mean, some of you guys might sit here and think that doesn't seem like so, it's not so bad. It's 58%. It's close,
Mhm.
close enough. But then, so that just gives them the right to go 60, to go
Yes,
65.
absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. And more importantly, it takes, and keep in mind that if this had been in effect at the time that Amendment 3 was going through, this would have helped us, because Amendment 3 passed with, I think, like 53% approval. Okay. So something like this technically would have helped us fight Amendment 3. We do not want our initiative petition process fucked with.
We don't want
The problem is not the initiative petition process. The problem is that people who lie to get their initiative petitions pushed through are not facing any kind of penalties. If you want to reform our initiative petition process, make it a penalty to lie or misrepresent your initiative petition. How about that? Because that's what Amendment 3 did to get their fucking signatures. That's what they did to pass it. They promised people that they could just apply for a business license and they could get it. Now we're seeing on the other side, it ain't like that. They promised people no petition necessary to get expungement. I just approved a post in our group not a couple weeks ago sharing the petition for expungement. They are full of shit. They lied to us. Now, the good news is this particular bill this joint resolution that's going to try amending our initiative petition process, the people have to vote on it. Okay? They cannot do this unless we vote. So if you see anything on the ballot that amends our initiative petition process, you vote against it. Do not let them turn us into Kansas. Okay? Be very clear on this. If they touch our initiative petition process, we are on our way to becoming like Kansas. Look at Kansas. They have no hope for cannabis legalization. None at all. When their legislators do shit, those people in Kansas have no recourse at all. None. Okay? Except hoping and praying that they can vote people out when elections come. Our initiative petition process is literally the only option that we have to force our legislators to do what we want them to do. If y'all let them touch it, we are fucked. Okay? I'm just bottom lining it. I have been through chemo. I don't have time, to try sugarcoating this.
Most of us have already made it through half of our lives. So
exactly, we're done. We're done sugarcoating. Okay.
So I was reading this article that you posted in Show Me Canna Freedom. If you guys are on Facebook, go follow that page. It's lots of good information there. I was reading it. And so basically what this is going to do for you guys is make it also more difficult to make changes to your Constitution.
Yes.
And they're doing that on purpose. And when I read that, I was like, they're doing that on purpose because the Amendment 3 clearly is not
so bad. Yes.
what people thought it was going to be.
Yes.
And so they might want to change it.
Yes. There are enough angry. Yes. There are enough angry people who would want to change this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So we had a couple of comments I wanted to read from you guys out there. So this is Mark. I posted this up here before. This happened yesterday. DCR has submitted a revised draft of the proposed rules to the Joint Committee on Administrative Rules. Emergency rules are not renewable. As such, finalized versions of proposed rules must be implemented by August 1st expiration. So they did that. If you want to make any comment about any of these things that I'm reading off. And then I can pop it up on the screen for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a revised draft approach to the Joint Committee. Okay. Emergency rules are not renewable. Yeah, I'm not sure. I would have to look at that. I haven't seen it. I don't know enough about it to comment on it, but it's just,
so if you want to elaborate on that a little bit more, Mark, you're welcome to do so.
Yeah. These people, they are doing everything they possibly can to interfere with this. And yes, this was something that we also talked about last year, was that these people, we handed Amendment 3's organizers $2 billion. And that money is being funneled directly into our legislators to make it impossible for us to undo what they did. Okay. If they increase the threshold for the initiative petition process, how are we going to turn around and do an initiative petition process to undo Amendment 3?
Right.
Because right now, nobody has access to the market. Okay. People are going without medicine. We are seeing an astronomical price hike. Okay. If we all got together right now and signed an initiative petition to undo Amendment 3, we could potentially do that. Okay. If we had enough funding to do that, we could do it. Okay. So what they're trying to do is make sure that we don't have the option. If they raise that threshold to 58%, to 60%, our ability to do that is going to be so much more difficult. It's almost going to be impossible. It was already difficult enough getting Amendment 3 passed, and they had $7 million. Okay.
Right.
Imagine how difficult it's going to be for us to fight a $2 billion industry to get an initiative petition process passed, especially if they raise that threshold to 58%.
Right. Yeah.
That's no. What they did, and we said this from the very beginning, what Amendment 3 did, that was a coup. They took over our entire state. This is our legislature. This is our law enforcement. This is everyone. Right after Amendment 3 passed, one of the first things they started talking about was they wanted to see one of the, I think it was a dispensary owner or someone else in the industry commented and said they wanted to see law enforcement use the extra tax on cannabis to lock up legacy cannabis growers, legacy, marijuana market growers. So that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's what this has all been about.
Yeah, we spent the whole weekend just talking about this specifically, how Missouri's not really hiring the people that have been in the community
Absolutely
the whole time and working to build this industry, to make this industry happen, to grow this industry. They're the reason you got your strains and your cultivars in the state to begin with, because and then they're not being hired. They're, the top positions in cultivation are being filled by like farmers in another industry, but not cannabis cultivators from Missouri. And so,
and I think, honestly, I think one of the most damaging things that I personally am seeing in this, my opinion anyway, and we talked about this a little bit when we met yesterday, the environment or the cannabis community that I was initiated into was much different than the community that you're seeing now. The grassroots is still pretty solid. The grassroots is still pretty true. Yeah. But one of the most heartbreaking things that I'm seeing is that because the industry is poisoning our culture, or they're trying to get their fingers into the cannabis culture, they are shifting the cannabis community's mindset from community to profit.
Right.
And that's something that is just talking about it is giving me goosebumps, because we're not about that. We have never been about that. This is not about, back in my day, you could call any of your friends. If you did not have a bowl, you could call any of your friends to see if they would smoke you up. And you can still do that now to some degree, but now there's a tally behind it. It feels like there's a tally behind it. Unless you're with a group of really solid old school people, it feels like there's a tally behind it. That's not okay. That's not what our community is. And we have to fight to keep that from being poisoned. We truly do. This is not what we are. We're not industry. We are not all about the money. The money is great. I'm not saying that the money isn't great. I'm not saying, don't have your hustle. What I'm saying is that on the other side of that, we need to have the community preserved in this. We need to have those old school values preserved in this.
You guys in Missouri, stop shopping at corporate cannabis. Shop at your mom and pops.
Absolutely.
Mom and pops, hire your local people.
Yes.
And pay them.
And we also have gifting. One of the few things that Amendment 3, now it's not a perfect provision because it's not a guaranteed right, but right now you're allowed to gift up to 3 ounces. Okay. So use that gifting provision. Use that. Yeah. Gift people weed. Give people a joint. Give people a bowl. Share your grow. Spread the love around. It's puff, puff, pass for a reason. Let people know what you have. And here's the other thing is that eventually they're going to crack down on all those Facebook posts. They're going to crack down on, they're going to start using those posts to find us. Okay. So put your stuff out in the community now so that people have your phone number when you can't post on Facebook anymore.
I know that you are limited with us today.
Yeah.
Marion commented, what I want to know is what's going to be put in place to ensure that MSOs aren't funneling money to one of their employees to get a license. So we talked about this before the amendment was passed. We definitely were concerned. Like there are contracts written where said employee would owe a small percentage of their profits to the MSO.
Yes, we're already seeing it.
So basically,
we're already seeing it,
like a micro loan, and then somebody else. Yes. So then we follow up with Richard over here. It's happening already.
Yes.
Employees have stated that they've been encouraged to apply for micro licenses funded by.
Yes, they have. Absolutely. 100%.
About this. We talked
Pay
about.
attention. Pay attention, guys. Like, oh my God. You guys have to pay attention. Like, this stuff is happening, even though like, and unfortunately it's boring stuff. Okay. Everybody wants to hear about the hyped stuff, like a vote is coming. Of course, that's exciting. But some of this stuff, like the details behind it are so boring. It's really hard to talk about it in a video and have people engage, you know.
Right.
But this is an example of something that's super boring, but super important. It's boring because it involves math, it involves contracts and business and numbers and all of that, but it's important because it affects our bottom line. It affects our ability to have access to medicine. What's funny?
And also because it involves money and contracts and like that's why it's important.
Exactly. So this is our ability. This is equality. First of all, micro business are equality. If industry owns a micro business by proxy, there's no equality in that. No. Okay, they are going to control everything that you do, and if you don't abide by what they want you to do, they're going to call your loan. What then? Where are you going to be then?
Exactly.
You know,
and then they'll just do it again with somebody else. They have the money to do it. Yes,
there are very few people that I would trust to work on the micro business licensing side of things. You know, I know Deb Nash with Canna Answers. She's working on things. She's trying to help people, you know, apply for micro licenses. And she was someone who was staunchly against Amendment 3. You know, so she's fighting it from the grassroots side, trying to find a way for our community to get our foot in the door and actually benefit from this so that we can benefit other people. And I think that's part of the reason why the industry doesn't want us involved, because we will help our community and they do not want the community outreach. They want money because community outreach undermines their bottom line. You know, so this particular, and it's House Joint Resolution 43. Is the name of the resolution that is meant to undermine our initiative petition process. House Joint Resolution 43. If this passes, you guys are going to see it on the ballot. You have to vote against it. If you see anything on your ballot that said that tries to change our initiative petition process, you vote against that shit. And then we need to reach out to our representatives about HB 1328 and tell them that this is shit. It's going to hurt us. You know, the big chunk of the intoxicating chemicals that they're so worried about, it's already taken care of. All right. THC is already behind the dispensary doors like they wanted. Okay. Leave the rest of the shit alone, guys. Right. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
You know?
So the reason that this is, I just want to like reiterate. So you guys know our stance on Delta 8. We're not fans. We're, you know, like we're not fans of not the not natural.
Yes, absolutely.
All natural cannabis. So, but with the Delta 9 THC bit, we could, if we wanted to, create a drink, a Queen Kitty drink that does have Delta 9 THC that is hemp derived.
Yes.
Because, you know, it's available. And the law says that we can't, basically says that we can. It's a little loophole-ish in the law, if you will. And as long as it's less than 0.3% of the entire volume, then we can do it. And it would be way, 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 way less than that, because like the entire volume of 0.3%, I think would be like 1,000 milligrams.
Yeah, it's nothing.
So in like one can. So it would be way, 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 way less than that, like 5 to 10. But this would prevent us from being able to move forward like that. At least, like our product is currently manufactured in Missouri and will be for the foreseeable future unless our manufacturer and our company agree, to a co-packer or whatever, in a different state. But you know what I'm saying? So it would make it difficult.
It impacts everybody. It would make your business so much more difficult for no reason, for absolutely no reason.
The CBD part of it, because then there's going to be extra stuff attached to that.
Absolutely. No, this is unnecessary regulation that is meant to favor corporation over individuals. That's all it is. That's what it boils down to.
I'm eating a lollipop today from Jen.
Those things are amazing.
On the West Coast. Holla, holla. It's 420 on the West Coast. Happy 420, everybody. So we got a couple of things here. People have got comments about Delta 8. Patients over profits, grassroots, vote no on HB 1328. It will put people out of business for sure. It will definitely put people out of business. I want to say, if there's any kind of draft letter that you guys put together, come up with, or if you think Normal has something like that, let us know, and we'll make sure we post that so that you guys have like something to start your letter with.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of times you just have that in there that you just got to change your name on it, and then you can send it to your representative. So it's crazy to me is that with all of these micro licenses, you're literally only allowed to apply for 2 types. It's a dispensary and a wholesale, which is cultivation and manufacturing. Now, say you apply for both. If you get approved for the dispo, but they see your name on another app for the wholesale, and you're also approved for that, or even if you're not, you lose both licenses.
So you're basically Yes.
How that works. Oh man, I didn't know.
So if I'm understanding correctly, and this is something that I am not completely familiar with, but this sounds about right, is that you can only apply for one or the other. If you apply for both and they see that you've got 2 entries in there, you lose them both.
That is the absolute most ridiculous shit. Okay, let me tell you guys something, because
you only get one chance.
They marketed this as your social equity program.
Oh my God, I know.
Do you see what they're doing? They marketed this as a social equity program. They've pushed it 2 years behind the MSO for availability.
Yep.
To work. They've made a lottery out of it because they have made so few licenses available. They've made it impossible to work with large brands, so you cannot carry those large brands in the dispensary. You cannot work with them. They've made it impossible to expand your business.
Literally, it's unbelievable, right?
And now now they've made it even impossible to even get a license because you had the audacity
to try applying for both. Yep.
Fuck out of here.
I know.
For all of those licenses, all of them, they'll apply for all of them, and they will not get canceled for applying for all of those licenses.
It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. This is the issue that we had with the fine print behind it, and they wrote Amendment 3 in a way to make it so that the layman could not interpret it. I spent 5 years working at a law office, and I don't really talk about, a lot of that because of, imposter syndrome, all of that. But my job was literally for 5 years was to interpret legalese. I sat down and had to take legalese involving trusts and wills and all of that insane bullshit and turn it into easy to read regular language for oftentimes elderly clients, and that's why I was able to read it. I may not be a lawyer, but I lived this shit for 5 years, and they did not make this so that the normal person could read it, and it sucks that the social equity applicants are the ones who are going to be slapped in the face with the reality of what they did, even more so if they pass this, if they pass HB 1328, Then, oh my God, then when those social equity applicants realize that they're screwed on a micro business and they say, oh, well, at least we can do hemp.
Stop
No, now you can't do hemp either.
No,
you can do hemp, but you're so much even more restricted about it because of these additional, like, no.
Not all legalization is good legalization.
No.
Christina, I know that you have things to do tonight. So
Yeah.
tell
I got
us
a
where
grandbaby to play with.
we can find you.
Yep, I am on facebook.com/groups/show me canna freedom. It's all one word, show me canna freedom. We are an advocacy group, and we are also connecting people with caregivers because, you know, people cannot afford their medicine. I am a cancer patient. I am on opiate pain management as well. It costs $1,000 a month to get a 30-day supply of extended release opiates. It costs $6,000 a month for a 1-month supply of cannabis. Here in Missouri, that's how much it costs. So that is why I'm fighting. We are connecting people with caregivers as much as we can, trying to get patients, you know, who need RSO connected with, you know, other people who can donate it to them as well. So facebook.com/groups/show me canna freedom. And we will do everything we can to help you guys and keep you all updated on what's going on with legalization.
I'm sorry. Y'all are going to make me lose my whole mind in Missouri. Marion, what also kills me is that if you meet all of the qualifications, but you did not win the lottery, you have to apply to get your money back? You shut up.
Yep. It's unbelievable.
And if you
They
qualify, they keep it.
If you don't meet the qualifications, they keep your money.
No. For the micro licenses, they don't. You're supposed to get your money back for the micro licenses.
But okay, so I'm guessing that Marion said this based on what an attorney said. Okay, yeah, last night in the M4MM meeting. If you guys are not a part of M4MM, I highly recommend joining also. You're gonna learn a whole fucking lot if you go to these meetings.
You have to apply for the refund. Apply
for the refund. Let's.
So basically, okay, I get what she's saying. So if you applied and you weren't eligible to apply,
they keep your money. You shut the fuck up.
That's what I believe she's saying. So you didn't meet the qualifications to apply. And correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's what she's saying. If it turns out you applied and you made more, so I think the restriction is $250,000 a year or net worth of $250,000. It might be $200,000, but we'll just say $200,000. If your net worth is $250,000, you weren't qualified to apply, but you applied anyway. So now they keep your fee. If I'm understanding her correctly, I believe that's what she's saying. But if you did meet the qualifications and just didn't win the lottery, then you get your money back, but you have to apply to get it back.
I'm surprised they even allow for that. I'm surprised they even allow for a refund.
It's only for the micro businesses, and it's because everyone had such a huge problem with the fact that nobody got refunds on the larger licensing fees when the first rollout happened. But I mean, it's $1,500. You know, it's not like with the larger licensing fees of $10,000. Right. You know, the state does not give a shit if they're going to refund you $1,500. You know, provided, of course, you were eligible to apply in the first place. Apparently,
did you apply for it?
Oh my God. Yeah, if I'm understanding what she's saying correctly, that's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Y'all break my heart all the time. Y'all know.
Okay.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. Audience, don't go anywhere. We're not done yet.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for explaining that all to us. You guys go follow Show Me Canna Freedom on Facebook. We'll have you back on. I'm sure there's going to be.
I'm sure. Good meeting you guys. Let me know what y'all think about that weed.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you so much.
All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
We appreciate y'all so much. Oh, she's wonderful. I just love her. She's on fire. Like I love that
so
passion
and
it
covers all the bases.
It's so beautiful. I absolutely love it.
And on fire.
Just a quick little commercial break. This show is brought to you by CQ LLC. CQ LLC now offering responsible vendor training in Colorado. 970-426-5985. www.cq-llc.com. Or you can email us customer service cqllc@gmail.com. The show is also brought to you by Queen Kitty Seltzer. Queen Kitty Seltzer, pop this kitty, put it in your mouth. No THC, no sugar or sweeteners, no yak in the back. It's organically grown hemp and natural botanical flavors. You can find it all over Colorado and Durango and in the Colorado mountains. It has zero yak in the back, which means it tastes like water, which is what water is supposed to taste like. So check it out, www.queenkittyseltzer.com, solo.to/queenkittyseltzer to find all of our links. And of course, there's us. Follow us on solo.to/cannabiscloset420. Follow all of our links. And if you want to join us on Discord, you can. We're usually there after the show, or we have been trying to do so. And you can come hang out with us or each other. We're just trying to build a community in there. Just got to be nice to each other. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so we are getting towards the end of the show, but we did have to let Christina go so that she could do some other things that she needed to do in her life. But we want to remind you that we are going to be at the Rosin Experience on May 11th. That's going to be here in Denver. If you would like to join, check out that QR code. You can go to the Sesh Connection. We post this a lot too on the Queen Kitty page, and I post a lot on my personal page, Canna Queen DGO. The Rosin Experience, Eat Me, Drink Me, Smoke Me, May 11th, 2023, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. Location will be announced. You must be 21 with a valid ID to enter, and you should get your tickets soon because the event is coming up right around the corner. We're going to be there with high-grade syrups, and we're going to be doing some little kitty tales with them, so it's going to be a good time. And what else? Oh, and then June 15th, we can't forget about that. June 15th, we're going to have our flavor launch party. It's going to be very exciting. So we're super stoked about it. Come join us if you can. It's going to be on June 15th from 4 to 7. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite right now. Just look up Queen Kitty, and those events should be up there. 4 to 7 for the general public. If you are a vendor or a purchasing manager, reach out to us. We'd love to talk to you and make sure that you are attending and have a table if you're a vendor or a banner ad. We're going to have yummy food from Good Eats, and we're going to have live music from Elijah Tribe. So it's going to be really a good time. We'd love for you to join us. Of course, we love Missouri. We love Missouri. We just got back yesterday or last night from Missouri. We spent the weekend there. Janet disappointed us, but Ludacris came correct. He did leave without saying goodbye, which I'm still a little salty about. But
I know what's up. We should.
We
weren't the only ones that had that same question. Lots of people were left the same way, feeling the same way.
I will tell you this, Richard. I'm reading this other comment that you put up here. We're always motivated by Missouri. You guys got a fire inside of you. The state itself is, well, hot garbage, but the people that we have associated ourselves with, that we get to talk to all the time, you guys inspire the shit out of us. Every time we come back from Missouri, we're motivated to work harder. And we should probably come more often because sometimes we lose our hustle a little bit. We lose some steam. So we should come and get that motivation boost. But you guys are absolutely some of the most passionate people in the cannabis community space, in the community and the culture space that I feel like I've ever met. So and that's been from day one that I've come out to Missouri and joined you guys. It's just been before you had a dispensary available to you. The caregivers were hoisting up the industry and making sure people had their medicine. So it's, you guys inspire us too, and we love it. Okay, so it is absolutely time for the Would You Rather. So we have 3 because 3 is my number. So make sure you're next to your phone so that you can answer these questions, or your computer, wherever you're watching from. Make sure you're ready in the comment section. So we can do these would you rathers. It's more fun when you participate. So we'll start kind of easy. I think they get harder as they go down. Okay, so would you rather be able to control water or control fire? Control water or fire? I say, I know mine. Yeah, definitely water for me. I'm a Pisces, so my element is water. I love being near the water. Water is my friend. I love it. Actually, when I was a baby, though, I will tell you that my babysitter almost drowned me. And so for a long time, I was like, when I was a little kid, I was a little afraid of water, but then I like had this reconnection with it. Water puts out most fires. So water is my element, but yeah, I would rather. What about you?
I don't know. Because also,
I like to be on fire. I have another story of that. I was a pyro when I was a kid. I
like to. Yeah,
when I tell y'all we were unsupervised.
Yeah, we were super unsupervised.
I used to, when my parents weren't home, take hairspray and spray little art on the bay windows and then light it on fire and then blow it out before it like got out of hand and then wipe off with Windex. This was in the 80s, you guys. Those windows were not
meant for
that. They're not double. They were not like double pane.
You're so lucky you did not break anything.
I'm so lucky. Okay, so then in the same house, I also could not get into the house. I locked myself out and my parents weren't home. My parents weren't home and I couldn't get into the house. And so instead of trying to break into my house, which I imagined was fortified, I was given permission to I was given a job to watch the dog next door who had just had puppies. So I had to make sure she was being fed and that they were, because they were in the garage. They weren't inside the house. So anyway, so I broke into their house, stole some matches, left their house, went back to my house and built a fire in my garage with the garage door open. At least I had the sense to leave the garage door open, but with the garage door open, I built a fire because it was raining outside and it was cold. And so I was like, well, I got to stay warm till my parents get home. And so I built a fire in my garage. That was before I think I was in maybe like the end of elementary school, early middle school there. I think I was the end of elementary school.
What did your parents say when they got home, when you got in the house? How were you? How did this end?
I don't know what happened. What likely happened is that there was somebody that drove by and saw it happening, a parent. And so anyway, I was with my friend Christina. She's recently passed away. May she rest in peace. I hope she found her peace. But I was with her and she was encouraging this idea. Now she was a few years older than me, but she was encouraging the idea. So I was like, this is the plan. I'm doing it. And her stepdad, came walking up in the yard and was like, what the hell are you girls doing? Now, then he stomped the fire out. His dog peed on my rain boots. And then we had to walk back to her house in the rain. He was so mad at us. And then I won't get into the rest of the story because it's ugly and trauma. But yeah, I didn't receive any trauma, but I did receive a trauma memory. But yeah, it was just, I set a fire in my house. And then as a teenager, we used to, of course, take the silly string plastic guns off the silly string and attach them to the hairspray and, and make torches. So, and I was in high school for that, so old enough to know better. We had 7 acres of land. And so one year, if any of my friends from high school watch this, you'll remember one year we had a bonfire in front of my house. It was a huge bonfire, and they are good. Yeah. And so we had this bonfire in front of the house. My mom allowed it. My mom was like, allowed it. But what she didn't know is that some of my friends, my close friends, the ones I hung out with every single day, were guaranteed to be at that party all night, were throwing aerosol cans into the fire to watch them explode. And I allowed it. I said, do it. It's going to be fun.
I did that to my neighbor but I told him just move it away from the house. I was like,
it was away from the house, and it was away from most of the wooded areas.
Just move it away.
I say most.
And they just stopped. So I was glad for that. But I was like, just move it away.
And then it ended up being, so we in our brain thought it's going to be great. And we're going to all camp out around the bonfire. Every single one of us, and there was over 20 kids at my house, were in my house eating pizza, watching movies before the night was over. It was so cold outside. It was so crazy. I don't even remember what month we decided to do it in, but it was cold. And we were like, nah, we're going inside.
No.
So crazy. So, but I would still control water because water puts out most fires. And that means that that means I win. Also, because of things like mystery and like water is powerful. Water can rejuvenate you. Water can kill you. Water holds the deepest secrets. We don't know what's in the bottoms of the ocean. We don't know. Like I feel like we know more about what's up in space than we do about what's in the ocean.
I would agree with that statement.
So, yeah, water. Anyways,
yeah.
Okay.
It can reshape things.
It can reshape. Yeah, like mountains and it's irrigate. Yeah, irrigate. Anyways, it's a powerful thing. Water, as am I. Okay, so, this one's a hard one for me. I don't know if I can answer it. Okay, would you rather look 10 years older from the neck up or the neck down?
What does that mean? I mean,
it means like your titties and your ass are sagging. And you got like chest wrinkles, maybe. I don't know. For me, that's what it would mean. Like, I don't know, like things are sagging more. So 10 years for me is not too bad. But like in 10 years from there, you know,
not so much, not that.
And then 10 years from that, like when you're neck up, I have fantastic jeans. Hollow, we could just put lotion on it. I look 10 years younger right now in most cases. Although one time I did a comedy show and they straight looked me in my face and told me I looked like I was 40. I was like, fuck you. I am, but fuck off.
Yeah. Don't ever say that to someone.
I said, how old do you think I am? I asked the question. She answered it very honestly.
Hide the body if necessary.
Yeah.
You got assists in the clothes, you know.
Do it in the dark. Yeah. Can we just like, if it gets extreme? Yeah, most people think I'm 10 years younger too, but I feel like it's gonna catch up with me at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this last one, that one's pretty, I don't know, it's a little bit split. I don't know what I would do. I guess neck down I don't know, but put some lotion on it, y'all, and just marinate about it. Okay. This is I don't know why this is weird to me because I was sorry. Just fucking touching her feet under the table. Touching her pretty feet on my ugly feet. My feet don't look bad.
Yeah, I was like, really?
I got a little pedicure. Okay. No, you can't have pictures of my. Actually, cash at me. We'll talk about it. They're not the most beautiful feet, but they're not bad. Okay. Would you rather marry a funny person who was always poor or marry a boring person who is always rich? I think I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on that because I've actually been talking about it a lot. Let's get uncomfortable. Would you rather marry a funny person who's always poor or a boring person who's always rich? Well, I mean, that's the question, right? Because that is the question. Are you marrying for love or are you marrying for money? Because I'm not going to be bored.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do get bored. We've talked about it. But I think it's a different thing because like, no, but I'm not going to be bored all the time.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
No.
No.
Because the when I say I'm bored, I'm just bored because I want to talk all the time. I want to be in the connection all the time, and that's not always the case. And so that's why I get bored. But when I'm in the connection with like my partners in my life, I would say like my friendships and my partnerships, I'm not bored. So I can't be bored.
What is my dog? What?
I don't know what she's crying about. I can't be bored. We can't do it. I can't.
Yeah,
No,
it doesn't say it.
It
Bored.
doesn't say
Bored is bored.
bored is
Bored
bored.
is bored. Even
Janet
no matter,
Jackson bored.
Yeah, you go somewhere that's supposed to be awesome and bored.
Bored. I just fucking, y'all don't come for me. But Janet was boring.
Jen's like, I'll just go do exciting things by myself.
I'm saying I'll make my own money. I think I'll just make my own. That's the question. Do you make your own money and just be with a funny person, or do you just be with a boring person? We're gonna get canceled. Or do you just suck it up with a boring person and then take that money that is like now marriage money or whatever and go do exciting things? But I just like I can't come home and be like, I just can't. I would dislike them. I would resent every second I had to wake up in that boring life. Like, ugh, thank God I got money. So funny. I don't, when I consider relationships, any of my relationships, I take them pretty seriously, but I don't think about the money part. Like the money part's nice. It's nice. But at the end of the day, like I grew up, like we were pretty well off. We were like a nice middle class family, you know?
Yeah.
And then we weren't. And so it's so quick when it happens so quick. So I just feel like money's not something I can rely on, or monogamy.
I know, it's like things happen with boredom and money. And then
because I would not be monogamous if I was bored with my marriage. Well, I'm not monogamous now, but I definitely wouldn't be monogamous in that situation. I'm gonna marry bored and rich because yeah, you got to understand that if you're like, I'm gonna have to go be exciting somewhere.
This is really good, Jen.
These are
the
really,
cinnamon.
Mine's the gold too.
I think yours, that one has I didn't see that last night when I gave. Is that the one that was open?
Yeah.
When I gave that to you. What flavor is that? Yeah.
It tastes like lollipop flavor.
Sounds cinnamon.
Oh, no, I like this one better. I like that one, but I like this one better.
This one tastes like butterscotch.
Maybe. I don't know if I get butterscotch from that.
Or like,
I said it's lollipop flavor.
I don't know. What flavors are these? That one I know is cinnamon.
Yeah, you can taste cinnamon. I thought this was
Um,
cinnamon because I thought all the gold ones were cinnamon, but
I
then I
don't
was like,
know. Well, they all look gold, but I had a purple wrapper.
I have a black wrapper. You guys,
Colors are similar.
This is the end of the
Stickers
show.
soon.
yeah, if you guys like hard candies and pot, hit Jen up.
These are delicious.
They're so good. We've reached the end of the show.
I've
We've
run
done
out
it.
of steam. Yeah.
You guys be nice to yourselves. Put your mask on before assisting others. You can't pour from an empty cup, all that good stuff. Take care of yourself.
Cultivate love. Bring it to you.
Bring it to you. Bring.
You deserve it.
And you're worthy of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
True.
It's true.
Stay lifted.
Don't forget, we're doing Wednesday shows. So
Summertime.
we'll see you on Wednesday, 1 week from today. We'll try to do more posts on our social media to keep up with y'all. We love y'all.
Love you.
Love you. Stay lifted. Stay gifted.
Whoop, whoop.
We'll see you on Wednesday.